and welcome to yet another exciting production brought to you by Dep3 Events. This is a brand new show called The Roundup, and you are under the sound of Melissa Tintulini, but you can call me Melcy Zita. So today on this brand new show, I'm not riding solo because it's brand new, it's fresh, it's crispy. I'm not riding solo. In the studio with me is I've got two gentlemen with me in the studio, very familiar faces that we have in the arts industry, in the entertainment industry as a whole. On my left, I've got Asipho Mesent Nyati. What's up, buddy?
Junkie siyabonga sesikhona esitayileni Roundup.
Well, and then on my right, I've got Kuna Kwasho, but we all know him as our culture mag. Dude, what's up?
I'm good. Hey, sing a song with your culture mag. Okay. I think I sing accepted. All right. Kudata Kundwa, aka Culture Mag.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Now this was like an expose already. So guys, the Roundup is a show where we are going to be unpacking everything that has been happening in and around the entertainment cubicle. We are going to be giving an overview and very critical analysis on the events that have been happening in and around our city and even across borders, because we realize that there is a lot as well that our local people are doing outside our borders. So we are going to be doing a lot of that. So it's going to be savage moments as well as we're going to get into the controversial segment, which I think is one of my favorite in this show. So, but first and foremost, when we are talking about events, just recently we had a very somber event that took place, that happened. It makes me feel sad when I now have to say it as a somber. It would have been beautiful, but well, they say God gives and take. There was we lost one of our great legends in the industry, Ubaba Cont Mhlanga. Ubaba Cont Mhlanga, we grew up knowing him as Umalume, but as the industry grew, as we also grew, he eventually became Ukhulu wethu sonke. So I just want us, we usually take a moment of silence when we get to such gestures, but in this very moment, I just want us to pay tribute to these two, right? The second one being Clive Chigubhu. He was very young, very talented, but we just had to lose him like that. You know, it was a great blow in our industry. But that being said, be that as it may, I want to hear your perspectives on the somberness of you know how it I don't know. I just want to hear your take on how you felt as an individual, Culture Meg. When you heard the news, you wake up in the morning, you hear the news, Ukulu Ukont is gone. How was that for you?
I think it's, I'll take it as one of the most painful moments. Waking up to news regarding death. It can be anyone, but now these are people that we have grew up to be closer to when it comes to our work. I think one of the most heartbreaking moments was about Clive. The fact that the previous week I had managed to reach out to him and have a conversation, and one of the things that he would say was saying, when I show now and ufunani, like no, I'm checking up on you. He had a lot of promises. You know, at times it's painful to lose people that you have been close to. I think as a sector, we have lost two influential people. Absolutely. That will forever remember them. I think it's up to us to then continue with what they left, and also make sure that their names are not forgotten. Absolutely. In the industry.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think with Clive, it was very much said because kwaba isivumbu. And I said that 1 week it's an announcement to go to Clive is not feeling well. Then all of a sudden Clive has passed on, which was very, very sad because ungakhangeli art Clive. Clive was, I think, mina ngombono wami ngimkhangele, Clive was still yet to explode. I-comedy yakhe yayitshiyene ndayinye sijalo ukuyibona locally yananzelela you find ama-acts which are local awe-comedy, acts like Ndando, acts like Mdawini, you know ukuthi ama-acts lawana ngama-acts vela locally awekasi. But i-angle uClive ayebuya ngayo, Clive mina to me was the next Trevor Noah.
Because it was very different. It was a classical angle that he had.
Yes, he was
brought
much
into the
more
comedian.
of a classical act. uClive indlela ayebuya ngayo. You could tell ukuthi this guy uClive, he's still yet to explode and explore a lot and come in a different way in the industry. But then, you know, but something along those lines.
Yeah, but that also brings a thinkable to me. There was a pic that went very viral and trending on, especially, I think we had lost Ukulu Ukont, a picture that I would love us to reference to where we had Ukulu Ukont pushing Clive seated on a prema. So I would love us to comment on that. When you look at that picture, what does it depict to you when you're looking at the fact that both the student and the teacher, they are no more living in, or they are no more in the land of the living?
Yeah, I think with that one, it's really the picture and you get to realize life is too short. Life is too short because, you know, with that picture, you're looking at the elder, a push prayer. It really shows the amount of relationship I think about because I never got the chance to meet the two of them, but and I think when you look at the impact of Clive, you can tell what the master was knew really what he how to handle and work with his artists to kind of impact Clive. Clive at some point did comment in front of the late, again, shooting the he presented the comedy to the late, he once performed in front of the late President Robert Mugabe. So coming from Cont, releasing such a comedian, it shows what that relationship that they had be pushing a prayer, to Cont whatever them push, or go to higher levels, but then most we can't get this super.
But then, Culture Maker, how is your view with regards to that picture?
I think that picture is a story about people who have done legendary work. That picture shows me the impact of taking time to learn your craft from those who have been doing things before us. So it was a moment where I can relate to the power of learning your craft from those who have done it before. So it's a sad picture now because we have lost the two fine gentlemen, but it's a picture that we need to put up somewhere and really have people see it for the rest of their lives.
Well, I think be that as it may, like I said before, that he gives and he also takes. All we can say is a yeye and umkulu lomsebenzi. Now, moving on to our second segment. Yes, we've got a second segment in the show. We decided to split the show into segments as for your entertainment. And still on that, don't forget to like, to comment, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Dab3 Events TV. So you share, you tell your friend to tell a friend, as well as like, and we would love to hear your comments. This is new. This is crispy, so we really need to hear your comments on how it is and how you are seeing it. Moving on to the next segment, we are moving on to a segment that is called or dubbed a film and a theater. So in film, gentlemen, I want us to talk about one film that made me take pride in being a Bulawayan. It made me be so much proud of being Ndebele, I think, in a very, very long time. So, The Signal. Yes, the signal that was directed by Daniel Lasker and also penned down by Oscar K. I think these guys did a very amazing job, a very good job. It is a sci-fi film that was a first of its kind. Culture Meg, what's your this was epic. I think the whole set design, everything else around that script on its own was just epic. What is your general take as someone who's viewing at a distance or from a distance?
My first will be to say congratulations to Daniel Lasker and the crew. That was amazing to see young people come together and produce an amazing story, which has a lot of captivating visuals. Then my wish will then to see such productions continue to flourish. Every you know, go that, and also for them to also manage not only to showcase it here, but to go with the production around the country, globally, film festivals.
I think I'm just going to cut you at it because it brings me, I just thought of something. There was a tribalistic angle that came with the signal because the signal is in Ndebele.
So they sitting, they were what they were saying with the show is Ndebele. Why is it Ndebele? Or
Why is it Ndebele? Because I don't understand. I don't understand how that came about because to me it felt like they were saying as Ndebeles we cannot be out there. We cannot be a part and a parcel of the film industry. I don't know what's your take, guys.
but then you can't take that away. It's a Bulawayo movie in a way.
You know, the issue around tribalism, we still have a long way to go as a country. We still need to deal with a lot of issues. So it's something that won't end easily until we have certain individuals accepting what they did in the past. Yeah. So we are dealing with a serious issue. So find ukuthi even abantu abethu bazakhula lokho bezondana. Bazakhula lokho besithi ulishona, ulitonga, ulini.
Which is not necessary.
Which is not necessary. We are all Zimbabweans. We should love and embrace each other.
Yes, especially when Magupumi movie of Tongo Signal. People should be happy. And be happy. I know. Good movie. Ele style. This movie is the best. This movie is the best from Bulawayo, best in Africa.
So, it's about Signal. It's not only the comments to do with being Ndebele or being Shona or whatever that have been coming up of late. We have seen a lot of those comments, especially regards to the creatives coming from this side. So I think the Ndebele, I'm sorry to say, but I'm a Shona la Ndebele.
Whoa, I think I need to drink on that. No.
No, that's Ndebele, like serious. I'm a Why?
You know what? It's getting hot and epic in here. It's getting us sizzling.
I mean, personally with the movie, my take is I like the impression and the hype that was created. Looking at the effects on corner, you know,
it was strong.
It
was
the
strong.
movie. Yes, the movie nyakwa yes, moving it. And the Magomede Hambe Konanga won a Mashonaland. I hand you on a Magomede Bone Petiland. I have Bebonema Petini, Habebonema Cose, and Bebe was the movie Puma Quablawa.
I think one of the key things is we need to accept each other, embrace each other. Loko guti ubani ubani. It doesn't matter. We are all.
Because I honestly feel that it doesn't bring growth into our industry. Because we need to grow. In as much as we need to grow, we also need to hold each other by the hand. Yes. There's no way I can, because I think it was a creator, as time goes on, if this goes on for a very long time, we'll end up having production houses that actually have Ndebele's only, Shona's only.
Yeah, so it's time to signal. Bantu bemkholisa unite bebekwazi unite ngu-signal.
Very well said from my buddy right there, Usipo Mesentinyati. Like I said, subscribe on our TV channel. On YouTube, Deb3 TV. You leave a comment there. And don't forget as well to click on the notification button so that you get updates from everything that screams Deb3 events. Now, moving on, I've got another exciting one. I told you today, Ezimnyama, on another exciting topic that I want us to look at. I want us to look at the new music that our creatives are dropping for us. Because there is no way we can talk about movies and not talk about music, because it goes hand in hand. You understand? So now we're going to be talking about the latest drops, the latest music, the latest songs, and as well as the artists that have been doing this incredible work. So on the lineup, we've got Fab G. He released something. We've got Mamozi. We've got Nobuntu J. We've got Umandi May, who released, I think it was a single that was titled To the Stars. Right. So now, first, I want us to look at Fab G, the song that he released. Is it called Mina Nawe? Mina Nawe, yes, it is. So I want us to look at the lyrical content, him as the artist, and the lyrical content that he releases or that he brings to us. Do you think that he is really maintaining from the time that he started? Do you think he has grown lyrically, Culture?
I think personally, I feel he has upped his game. So with that, so Okona is. I think he's destined for the best in the game. Although I can have reservations here and there, but
no reservations. Kill them all. Kill them all. I think personally with Fab G, ingoma le release de anje de standard sakhe siba imbinga, something along those lines. I think Fab G, I like him when he's more ngathi shy energy drink, vele ngathi ule veve, ngathi uyachinga. Yabona Fab G akukuchinga, uyakhanya ukuthi ule violence, ule anger, amatswayi maningi. Akafanani lo Mrs K is all chilled, all loving, yananzelela but uyabe memeza.
No, I think I just need to I need to attack you on this one. Not attack you per se, but we need to spell something out.
Kill them all.
You talked about Fab G and his vigor. There is this thing right now that is hovering around our social media circles, whereby Fab G, it's allegedly. Hey, I learned that, guys, you should be able. I wish you guys were behind the scenes. You'd be speaking these proper big English words. So I heard that allegedly, Fab G is, instead of him promoting his album, he's busy going out guns blazing at Big Zulu. So how is that saga coming about, and what are your views with regards to that saga? Let's converse.
I personally didn't like the all attention to Big Zulu because we had earlier on the year we had Kilamo doing a whole beef thing. Yeah, they killed them all.
Killed them all.
Yeah, on local artists, of which I think only 2 or 1 artist actually responded to them. No one really had time to respond to Kilamo. Right. But a few weeks ago, when Big Zulu did this thing, everyone was talking, you know. To a certain extent, I can like what Fab G did, but then my wish is if you could have turned that to the local scene.
Yes.
Maybe gave a reply to Kilamo when they dropped their diss. Although Kilamo didn't mention Fab G, just like Big Zulu did mention Fab G.
Na khona kuyana ukuganxeka khona kana ayikho ngingakuzwisisiyo because uBig Zulu labo Duncan labo KO bayenza kwabo ngalanti for their own game and lathi ngapha silethi hip hop yokuthi lathi kumele kube le hype that is created everything.
I think also it then teaches us umkhuhlane esilawo as a city silomkhuhlane.
Diagnose this.
All right. Umkhuhlane wethu is we like everything foreign.
All right.
Especially South African.
Yeah. That's
Some people can come and defend and say we are closer to speaking isiZulu because we converse in isiNdebele. So we understand better. That's why sinja umkhuhlane wethu ukuthi siganxele komakhelwane uphangisa ukusibamba. But we don't need that because even bona gomakhelwane abalokhuzi yes baganxela nxa besitshela ukuthi sifanele sihambe siphume lapha kiyo yikho abakhuluma khona ngathi but naturally when it comes to our talent, to our everything, abakhulumi.
Yeah, I think we only play a role to them. Maybe we are ngapha. That's when you realize when whoever is coming this side, they say funa uropa in a young boy wangapha just to create that hype from us.
Because I'm still your girl, your anchor, the one who brings it like it has never been brought before. This is your show. Don't forget the Roundup. It's called the Roundup, where we say that now we are rounding up everything that has been happening around the entertainment cubicle. And I still have with me in the studio my two gentlemen who are actually doing the most. We're actually Babasela Umlilo, Babasela Amalangabi. Culture Meg on my right and Asipo Mesent and Nyati on my left. They are emitting out their perspectives with regards to everything in the arts cubicle and every topic that we are going to be talking about today. And please note these are their own perspectives, their own opinions, and they are entitled to the opinions because, hey,
so
it's a free country. No, these are your opinions. You should. I think Kuda, you should be proud to have your own opinion. Like yeah,
because your opinion matters. Mine matters most.
No, yes, I will look at nxa sebesuwa lapha.
Allegedly.
Alamali be. It really something. You
know what? Kuda, I am not going to allow you to demolish my house. This is my house. I am the anchor, so please. I say believe doch. I say believe. So now moving on, we just want to do a close up to the latest music drops, but we are going to be doing that singena Guma international scenes, the guys that are making it big abroad. Remember, I promised you that. So we have Mamozi. Mamozi recently on the month of May, on the 29th of May, actually, it was my birthday, and boom, it was also his birthday. He released a track called Gijima. Now he's one artist who's doing it big abroad. I think he is enhancing our roots, our culture. He went there and he did not want to turn into somebody else. He did not want to turn into an R&B singer. Or not that I'm saying there is wrong with those genres, but I'm saying he kept at himself. What are your personal views with regards to? I want us to look at the set design. I'm not sure, Kuda, if you have watched the video to Gijima, because I want us to look at the set design. For me, I feel like it was amazing. It was cultural. It was artistic. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna need your views.
Of course, I love the set. Mm-hmm. I love even the guys that did the whole video. And then of course the album itself, it's the only problem will be the issue whereby ama album aphuma they're not go nationally, of course, but they are good. The album is good. My wish is to hear it more Angazi ukuthi ngafika njani ebantwini, but anyway, it's a story for another day, but it's a good album, properly done. He has a direction in what he is wanting to do in regards to his musical career, of which I love it. Style Sake, 100% perfect.
Yeah, I think with Mamozi, singing he's good, but I think with musical, the musical apart, I think sengasalela. Mamozi, he's a creative. Yes, he's a creative. Ulestela sakafuna ukugqoka ngaso. Uzabona 1 minute is doing comedy, 1 minute is doing poetry things, 2 minutes is shy. Yes, it's all fused, exactly. Yes, so I think when it comes to music, and particularly the Kijima video, apparently sakubona la khona phana ngayethuka ukuthi Melissa, can she sing? But then with Mamozi, I think mina okungichaza kakhulu with that song, particularly Kijima, is the lyrics.
Yeah.
Bringing some spiritual sense.
You know, you feel a certain connection with it. But be that as it may,
Yes.
where I want us to move on to Vusa Mkhaya. Vusa Mkhaya released, there is an album as well as a track called Kanyisa. But this is what I want us to do. I don't want us to talk about the whole album. I don't want us to talk about Vusa Mkhaya as a person. I want us to talk about the album cover.
Oh.
That album cover is epic, guys.
Very nice.
This is a hand, there's a candle, it's burning. I mean, guys, if you give me a candle and you ask me to do that, trust me, I will burn out. I will literally burn out. So I want us to talk about the album cover as well as linking it to the title. By the way, the title is called Kanyisa, and he says that it is a track or a song that talks about life and its challenges, as well as a beam of light at the end of it all, or amidst it all. So now I want us to what is your view, your artistic view when you look at that album cover? Is it selling? Is it appealing to you? Is it calling you?
Am I allowed to talk about Vusa?
You're allowed to talk about
You're allowed to talk about anything as long as you're going to go back to my question, because that's where the core part of my question is.
Because anything that is done by Vusa is more of my baby as well, because I really work with him behind the scenes. So Kanyisa, especially a number of songs on that album, I really love them, 100%. Technically, the album is good, 100%. What else can I say? Because
I think the fact that we are now hearing it from
but umntana wakho mayengizwa sometimes government usitshela ukuthi umntana mnapha ngiyezwa.
I love the album. It's good. It addressed a lot of issues that, especially, it's an album that comes from Vusa's like he has been creating music since lockdown time. So he has a number of songs that he hasn't released. But Kanyisa is one of is an album from a collection of songs that he did during lockdown. So it had a lot of messages, because at that time we were not moving.
So that album was actually penned down during lockdown. During the pandemic. Yes. You see, a lot of artists have been working.
I think maybe it's filled with a lot of depression.
Exactly. You know what? Because now I wanted to run away from you like Nyanya or Zombie, because I felt like you were starting to be biased.
No, I'm not being biased. I'm just saying, like, even Kanyela, it's the same album then that year's Umasiye Pambili, which was also created during lockdown. So it's an album that is giving hope and.
So, Sipo, what is your critical analysis? Because I want to hear the critical side from you. I love Vusa Mkhaya. Trust me, I love his music. I love his content and production. His music, to a certain, it speaks to my soul, like Manyatela and all that. I think Manyanyata. Yeah, I love even the timing of his songs. You know, it's quite big. But I want a critical.
And I think, like you said, we'll talk about the album cover. Yeah, I want album cover, and now that he's mentioned it, and it's all clear now, what he wrote the album, he wrote those songs, most of them, ngesikhathi se-lockdown, kule depression kunzima, uyazibuza la ukuthi khona ngizabuyela yini ekhaya because it's all dark in his world, he's overseas, ufuna ukubuya ngapha, kumnyama, impilo zabantu zithwele nzima, everyone is crying ngesikhathi sonesana, nanzelela. So that's when maybe you spon album cover yakhe, he's got a candle esandleni, ngapha it's all dark, ikhandlela selilincane and uzama ukukhanyisa. So I think maybe it's about illumination, hope, like you said. Hope is coming in a way, and that's what he's communicating on. And the Vusa is always supportive of projects local. He's always giving hope.
I think I love it. I love the fact that it's also, it's an African hand. It's like, guys, there's a lot going on in that cover, and we could go on and on and on about that. And yes, on the international scenes, I think we wouldn't have done it justice if we don't talk about the most assertive and daring group that is making it big as well internationally, and is making it big as well even in our international scenes and local scenes as well. Nobuntu. These are amazing women that are doing it big. I understand that they've been on tour. So maybe if we can talk about that, our appreciation of the work that they are doing. I wouldn't want to say as women, because now it feels like we are kind of leveling them up to women versus or vis-a-vis men. But let's just appreciate the work that they are doing. What would be your opinion with regards to the tour specifically, Culture Man?
It's always good to see our homies making it big beyond Bulawayo. I think beyond Zimbabwe per se. I think it motivates. So engaged, we are seeing motivation. Maybe one day, as an individual, this is also what I'm going to do to represent my country and my city. So it's always vibes if we see people making it big, despite all the challenges that we are facing economically and whatsoever. But seeing people pull through and making a mark globally.
Absolutely. Super. What is your take? I mean, these are women. These are women, and they're just, I mean, oh my sister, my sister, your face beams, your face beams with joy when we talk about women, which is pretty good though.
I'm single, not married, so we talk about women. Kuba iswi, kuyanika umdladla. But I think with Nobuntu and what they're doing internationally, when Anzelela bevela from elokishini koBulawayo. Yananzela mina vele kimi uBulawayo wonke lilo. Yes, mina kimi uBulawayo wonke odlala emasabhabs umbuse egasi, kimi konke ligasi, ilokishi. But coming to them, ungakhangela online, social media spaces, when they talk about Nobuntu, they're always mentioning ukuthi lina ngapha liba appreciate when it comes to khona ngapha koBulawayo. You don't appreciate these ladies and everything, but it shows, I think, the power of determination that they have. And ukuthi thina, we actually as a people, like what you said, ukuthi kade vele khona apha kwenzakalana when it comes to supporting each other and everything. And then when you go online, you talk about Nobuntu, people there is obvious that thing ukuthi, but lina ngapha locally, you don't support them. But internationally, they are doing a phenomenal job. They are representing not only Bulawayo, they're representing the country. And whatever that they have and strategy that they use, they should do a workshop. Befundise thina abanye amalocally what how to actually get to sell our whole story. Because they're huge out there. But lapha local, angizake mbabone bethutsha besithi, yeah, let's support. They keep doing their thing, put their head above their shoulders. Whether they are supporter, kumbe Melissa uhambe kusho yabo,
but they just keep on going. Yes. They are that focused.
Exactly. So Zuzu betlabana, the sky is metro, kumbe betlabana labantu online, kuthiwa here let's play music here too, here let's support, here what. My sister abana baze ngomsebenzi.
You are bending up on their behalf. I love it, but we got Oh no, I can't. I am totally, absolutely failing to Ken right now. But be that as it may, like I said, this show is called The Roundup, and I'm still your anchor, Zita. And don't forget to like. If you view, like the show, and share as well. Tell a friend that there is a show that is big, that is crispy, that is called The Roundup, which is a production of a 3 event. And as we continue to indulge ourselves in these stories, in these on these people that are making it big in our international scenes, raising the flag of Ubulawayo so high. We are looking into Nobuntu, and we are saying Abako Bodwa, they are not doing it alone. There is also a beautiful sister of mine who is becoming a household name to those that follow her up. It's Usisa doing Isintu a festival that is big. And we also have we have a lot of our guys that are actually doing it big there. We've got Umkhathi, we've got Ezimnyama, we've got songs of Lozi K. We also have the one that I think that is familiar to everyone. We grew up watching them, listening to them, but of course they interchange as time goes on with age and all that. Iyasa. They're also doing it big again out there. We've got Black Umfolosi. We've got as well Bruce Ncube. We've got Utungi Tsikirai. I hope I said your name correctly, my love. We've got Utungi Tsikirai. And we also have Vusa Mkhaya. We grew up listening to her music, to her sound. It has just been phenomenal. So now what I want us to do, I want us to give an uptake as well as unpack a certain sense of appreciation to the works that they do.
We are really excited seeing them perform at big stages. Earlier in the year, we had Umkhathi performing in India. That was spectacular. We also have Ezimnyama. We have been touring European countries. They've been to Spain, they've been to France, to name but a few. Iyasa currently in Germany with 5 young artists. That's a new crop of artists doing
That's
it.
new blood,
the
yeah.
new blood.
New blood.
Yeah, so they are doing a production called Voices of Change. They'll be touring various places in and around Germany for the next few months, right up to November. Also, Black Umfolos are on tour, which is also good moves for the city. We have also seen individuals like Bruce. They are flying the flag high, always engaged in various workshops, teaching young people. And there is this Indo festival coming. I'm looking forward to that. A little bit tells me that even Sandra will be performing there. That will be perfect. That's good. We're ready to see how he's going to maneuver in UK, what are the big things that are coming. This is good for our arts.
Yeah, I think it's very good. Looking at the caliber of the people or the groups that you mentioned, and these people, their core value or their core presentation is our culture, our tradition. Ezimnyama, Iyasa, our Kiwi, and the Intombi Senkai. Phela u-awa ngendlela yenza ngathi ngiyedwa uphuma enkaya. Yes, in the art industry, but very
she's nailing it big time. But then again, that brings me, it brings a question to me. I think I'll get back to you. I'll come back again to you. But I've got a question to you, Sipho. Speaking of us selling our culture and tradition, what is your perspective? What is your honest opinion with these guys that are out there? Do you feel like they're really selling our culture, or you think they're just enhancing? It's just an enhancement of their brands personally?
Yes, I think it both applies. If you are in enhancing their brands, they are telling our own story. When I say Black Umfolos, yes, they are telling our own story internationally. When I say like in this new generation age, we have really not grasped that idea. With at the end of the day, I have to be able to tell my story. The only young guy I think who's able to break the boundary eating up locally, who was Chris Cree, it's ASAP. He's doing it big.
So behind the scenes, guys, we had a mini beefish up session where Kuda was asking Usipuguti, Are you beefing with us, Skri? What's happening?
Yes.
But that will be a topic for another day.
Yes.
Are you fighting labantwana?
No,
Otakalani?
ngizwela abantwana. Antshe yabona lezi sizihamba ezinkulu. Kuyadliwa ndoda la. Nxa besiya internationally overseas o Iyasa playing follows. It's money ukudla etafuleni. Uyananzelela. Awusoze umzwe complain ethethisa abantu ku social media. Uyananzelela. These people bafisa ukuthi ngabe wonke umuntu uyakhetcha up into the drift. Uyananzelela ukuthi ndoda nobucha iskri sakho. Khuluma on story and sell our own culture and tradition. Uyananzelela. So uzananzelela most of abafana bethu or isize yethu nale. Uyananzelela. They're not eating. But the reason why they're not eating is because abakatholi info yokuthi sell our culture. Khuluma culture yethu uyisuse uyihambise emazweni ngoba yiyo abafuna ukuyibona. Wena ungaqala ukuhlabelela amakhiwa ngelatest Rolls Royce. I do
not know how we are now getting onto cars on the wheels.
I've said it.
Yours were truly your anchor. Umelsizita knows nothing about rides. So I think
Usipho brigade yabantu abasola ama-artist ukuthi agade ama-Honda Fit lamaZulu.
No, ambasola. I'm saying ukuthi you cannot hlabela mayelana ngebands ufanane labo skri abangale bemigos ngoba yi-life vele begqoka ama-chain landana. Wona ngeke uzosihlabelele kuda ngama-chain la. Usihlabelele ngento ezinjani usitshele ngamagushi lamalubi. Thina siyabe silawe ebhasini. Akuyenzi ikhiwa ngeke ukuqhatshe lithi buya uzohlabela ngale skri overseas.
But igushi lamalubi ngiyabenilalo phela ngithenga kokhotha.
Wena sona sisonke art gallery.
All right, I need to bring order, Mr. Props, Mr. Production Designer. Next time we are on set, ngicela undingele isando. I need a hammer because I think I'm gonna need it.
So abana bengahlabela culture ungwalo kamashobana. Mkhiwa befuna ukuzwa ukuthi ungwalo lo wayesenza njani.
Simple, that's all right. Now let's move on with the program, gentlemen. And this is the Roundup. I say to you that it is a production brought to you by Deb3 Events, and you can find it on Deb3 Events TV on YouTube, where you can click as the notification button so that you get the pops up, the updates, and everything else that comes with Deb3 TV. And don't forget to share as well as to like. We want your comments the more than anything, we want your comments the more. Culture Mag, as we close this segment, do you have any add-ons on this cubicle, this package that we had of these amazing international scenes?
Of course, it's mainly about how we should emulate, get to learn, on whatever they're doing. Let's have conversations with these people. How can I break into the European market? Also let's explore there is potential, there's talent. Let's also advise ukuthi indaba ongadlalilo Bruce ukutshengisa ukuthi kwenziwa njani so we need also to be learning from these individuals because they are doing the most for our city, for our country,
I think I totally concur with you, and in my concurring with him, it brings me to a point where I'm remembering that we are going to be having a Keyona airing anytime soon. It's going to be airing. So my wish as Melcy, I just wish that we're going to be having a lot of local productions. We're going to be seeing a lot of more local productions, and I am just hoping. I don't know, gentlemen, maybe if you can hope with me, Uguti, it will come as well as a place, as your go-to place when you want to know about these things that we're talking about. Because for you to get to know Bruce, you need to know what Bruce does. For you to get to want to work with Bruce or want to work to be at a level where Bruce is at, you need to be, there need to be something that brings you closer to them. And a platform. So I think I am hoping that Keyona TV will give us that soon. What are your expectations with regards to Keyona TV, Culture Mag?
I have a lot of wishes, a lot of things that I would love to see. Yeah. Of course, a whole lot of productions locally made, and I think the day that they go live, just like how Sky's Metro has done it, where they've pushed a whole lot of local content. I hope to see the same with their television station and also capture a whole lot of different different cultures that come with being born in Matebeleland or in Bulawayo, and also showcasing it nationally.
And so, I think personally, I would love to see sitting at home, tuning into Keyona television, watching the Huabarati Musical Festival. That was the musical show that was dubbed Jelimana the Musical. That was amazing.
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
I think with Keyona, I'm not very with Keyona, definitely we're going to have a story about Injiva and what. Returning from Goli, coming back this side. We're going to have stories about Impilo Yagiti, Umkhathi. And so those stories, I think, select gap. And see singers, it's been a while since Makorokoza days. But now I think Keyona is back to reconnect us, back to our own stories and our own dramas.
Our own homegrown
stories.
Yes,
our own homegrown stories. Yeah. I think maybe we're going back to our days of our own local actors and being celebrated again. I think we're going back to that revival of our own stories. Our documentaries, our gate.
Right. So that now we are still. I feel like we're riding on a film and theater wave. So whilst we're still on that wave, the film and theater wave, we have Footprints. Footprints has come back with a different twist altogether. It's beautiful. It's a dash of a new cherry right there. So I don't know, Culture Make, what is your take on Footprints? Where I can maybe if you can as well gel it up with your perspective again to the Jelimana festival, the Jelimana the musical. Yes, the musical. How about that?
Of course, Footprints, it's a production done by Umkhathi Theatre Works. It has been on show for the past 2 or so years. But this year they brought the same production with a few additions. It's a lovely production. Wherever or whenever you hear that they are showcasing, you should watch it because it has an interesting storyline that we shouldn't miss. It's something that will, if you are a musical theater person, you will definitely love the production.
Yeah, I think talking about that, looking at the space that you're talking about now, I come back to relevance.
Yeah.
Like we were talking earlier about Amacala, it's sitting on 500K.
Yeah.
Or
the short film by Raised on Baya.
Yes, the short film, by Raised on Baya. It's on 500K. That says a lot coming from our seat. We are not used to our 500K.
This is like huge.
This is huge. It's $500,000. It's $500,000. That's 500K. It's huge. We are used to about 1,000. That were 500 views. But now this is 500. 500. Yes. Check out on dokari. Good thing so the background ngebizo. Ungathi Google. Aba ethi babazayo bona laba bakhulu ku Twitter, abakhulu ku Facebook. Ungathi Google khona video.
10 views.
10 views in it. Yes. 10 views. Father, mother, son, daughter, what. One like. Yes. So Umacala is doing wonderful. A story is being told that people are able to relate to. It's 500K, and I made some Chinese.
Absolutely.
It is good to see a local production getting those numbers. I think our YouTube viewing standards as a region, they are kind of, so make sure that you keep on watching.
Of which is solution we have to go and check Umacala, review, see the type of content that is making people watch to 500K. Then we have a solution.
When Kuda speaks of making sure that you watch, also make sure that you're always notified with everything and anything that is being dished out by Deb3 Events TV. So the only way you can do that is by clicking the notification button that is a pop-up on your screen, as well as sharing, as well as telling a friend to tell a friend, and like as well, and be sure to leave a comment. Like I said again, and I'm going to keep reminding you that this this program is called the Roundup. Now, moving on, I want us to get into events. We dwell much on events because I believe that events bring us together. This is where we get time to meet and mingle as brands, to meet and mingle as well with our fans, because we've got fans, and we've got, if we have these events popping up and coming up in and out, it means that we are keeping in touch. It's more like your touch base kind of thing. So I want us to talk about a launch come CZK. CZK's launch that was at the National Art Gallery of Bulawayo. I think that was amazing. But I'm one person who is more, I don't know, I love to look at, I'm so particular with set designs. I'm so particular with the props that are on stage. I'm just so particular with that world. So I want us to talk about the set design of that album launch. Remember, it had two sets. We had the one outside at the pub, at the car park, and we also had the other one that was going inside of the gallery. And so for you, how was that set design like with regards to the title of the album and the nature of the album?
I think with CZK looking at that set, phakathi ngale it was all chilled, loving and tandings, yananzela wena lo muntu wakho and everything, of which the setting was, it was corresponding, and it was a bit chilled. Then ungayicela ngale art gallery vele kwakuyizazazi ngandabura ngale it's killy, it's all vibes, yananzelela. All of a sudden MZO7 is on stage, all of a sudden there's MJ sings, yananzelela. So I think very much in that kind of a manner. I think it's the first of its kind to be done that way. Have we had any other album launch which was done that way?
I think I'd seem or come out as a very controversial on that one. Well, it was the first of its kind. It was beautiful. It was amazing. But I want to jump the broom. I'm not supposed to be doing this right now, but I would jump the broom because I feel like we need to be open enough. This is one program that should leave a take home with. You understand? So I feel like that launch happened. It was cold. But believe you me, you can pull something like that in an atmosphere where in an internal atmosphere.
Indoors, that's what
indoors, that's what I mean. Thank you for that word. Indoors. You can bring something like that indoors where people can actually get to be all sensual and all sentimental and vibe as well, because it brought in a vibrant, the hype and everything. But it's something that could have been done indoors because it was cold, guys. It was cold. Imagine you want to rock your all sexy outfit, but at the end of the day, learning. You know, so I don't know how we can, how your perspective will go with regards to what I just said right now.
I think for starters, I will talk about the whole movement from going to the other side. I feel that was just too much for the audience. It was going to be perfect if it was just done on the same set. But overall, the launch was good.
It was amazing.
I think in recent times, he's one artist that got the numbers when it comes to people that came to actually attend the event, attend the launch. Those are some of the things that we need to learn, those templates. How did he do it so that the next artist can actually have the same audience, good numbers, So in general, the launch was okay, but the movement part was not that the best idea, and considering that it was cold, I think CZK should do just a summer show, summer, things like that.
But umkhanthi yikho yena uhlabele ngoma zothando phela. Sorry. But I beg to differ, because at the end of the day, we are used to one show, our move okwenzani ufika uhlale uperform kwenze everything and then. But I have 5-star no, we are getting in there. Something different is happening. We are not used to people coming in with shift and this one
is just controversial, I think.
But let's look at the creative and the artistic part of it, what you are there. One side is chill songs, you know, the other side is all vibe. He was another room so seven got to changa ngale ukwasa kwasa. Yes, what to just side in Dane Zingandabura Kone art kadar. A site Dane Kapak, you know. So I give them 5-star abano. That idea was for
like
me was
I
superb.
said that
Umkhathi made the matches. Simple.
Boom. He just had to say it. You Sipho, we are done with you. We are done with you. Like I said in the studio, I'm with Sipho, Mesent Nyati, as well as Kuda Culture Meg, giving on their honest opinions, honest observations, and honest perspectives with regards to the topics that we are unpacking today for you. And moving on to the next, yet another exciting, exhilarating event that took place. We had MJ Sings, the Prince of Soul. He brought it like it has never been brought before. I feel like, he created for us a love scene that we haven't seen in I don't know, in forever. For me, that was beautiful. We might have had hiccups here and there, but those are the hiccups that I want you guys to bring out today, so that at the end of the day, when he's doing something like that, when he feels the need to create another love scene for us, he knows where to go to, how to do it, and how to unpack. Because remember, the purpose here right now is to make the creative a better person for the fans, for his brand.
Yeah, I think coming to that one, I really have a question when it comes to MJ. Why go get black on a romantic what? I was shocked. Ouch, is started at least go get white or red.
So that you're talking about a dressing for the occasion, is it?
Yes, a performer.
Yeah.
Why is it Ezimnyama? It's angwazi art, and art. His style was wearing all black, but then in terms of performances,
I think it depends with how the artist feels. Give me why go. I color island, but kulaba ngena wegoga mashort.
Trust me, this is an interesting point. I think that we are going. Please hold that one. Hold it. Hold it, because we are getting into it. Hold it for me.
For MJ, ngimnika 100%. 100%. You did well. Also, it proved me the power of social media.
Yeah.
MJ wadlala with social media from the day you conceptualized the show Leana right till the end. And most of the people that came through for that show are people that have been seeing MJ on social media. They have been having conversations with him. Now, continue doing that. I think the other challenge that we have is we get to a certain level and then stop.
Yeah, that's true. It happens to a lot of us.
So we need to then continue from Konapo, continue wearing black ungesabi. Abanye bagqoka ama-short.
Go sure. Yeah, I think yes, wearing black for love affairs is stylish feature. But then I just want to give him a 5-star Konapane. He really had a full house, Blawayo Theatre, beautiful ladies. I respect MJ for that.
MJ, we respect you. And also, Kuda, you touched on a lot, socials. He really had a way of bringing us closer to him, to his brand through socials. But also, forgive me, but this I have to say. MJ says to me, there's a guy that sold me his services on social media and he did not deliver. He was not there. The guy was supposed to MC, and MJ did not go out looking for that guy. That guy just went into his inbox and said, "My guy, let's do this together. This is one of my services." So I am saying to you guys, if you're out there and if you're offering your services to the artist, or if you're in the creative world, if you're offering services to the creative spaces, let's own up. You understand? Because it's a drawback. I mean, I'm expecting you to come because you promised me. You said to me, let's work together.
That way, very like what you're talking about now. Ngumkhopolo velo khona emphakathini okubulawayo esiyiyo esize ngayo ku round up ukuthi sibisane la.
Yeah, it's khona lapho silungise say.
But I think
really
that's a bit unfair. It was very much of an inconvenience.
It was very unfair. So if you're really watching this, I think we need to sort that out. We don't hate you, we love you, but we are saying let's render our services as promised. And we are Depth3 Events TV. Your satisfaction is always our priority. Well, he's vocally good.
Yes.
Lyrically, he's awesome. He's amazing. We can go on and on about OMJ things, but now I want us to get to a very much interesting event that took place again, the roast.
Oh,
the roast of your seagull. The roast of your seagull. The question that I have for my two gentlemen in the studio with me is, did it come out as anticipated? That's question number one. Question number two, did they keep the momentum from where they left us when they did the roast wireless with Calvin the Late? Because I remember they also did the roast with Calvin the Late. I just feel like when I look into it, I feel like these were two worlds that were not meeting. But how are these two worlds not meeting if we are under one roof? Maybe Culture Meg, you can take us through those questions. Yes. You were one
so
of the panelists.
I didn't chicken
You
out.
cooked out.
There were a lot of things happening. But what I can maybe lay you a chance to tell me.
Yeah. This is the flow. This is the flow. We said we are the Roundup. We're bringing it big, like it has never been brought before. Bring it to us.
With this is according to people that went there, because I had conversation with a lot of people, because Babing roster in absentia, which was good anyway. So you know how people then roster WhatsApp for one. But the boring part is how we then, when we are doing things like roast, we have lack of content. We don't research much. We just all say the same things. You know, everyone is just going for the Mpabanga. There are other things that we need to research about.
I mentioned that on Twitter, what you know, very any joke whether kunya ngosike madana ye height bad.
So I think we still have a long way to go. Because in this cut, when we are watching other people doing some of these things, like I'm a comedy roast, like we always watch our neighbors. Asibugeleni lati sigulocalize ogwethu yabo. Ayikho nokubukela then nxa sikulocalize sibe singani we are not sure
how are we
localizing it, how are we doing our thing, you know. We still have a long way to go when it comes to that part, you know. With what I know, when I
nothing Vusa was lama didn't go roast nothing Vusa kahle ukuthi kathi yi roast bezikhiphani ngaphela wathi wabehlulekile uyananzelela. So I think sisi singazwanga, because after my shows kobulawayo ngananzelela mostly when a show iyenzakele, a good show kobulawayo will come with a review on Facebook or on Twitter, whether negative or positive.
Yes.
I review ingabuya after a show, whether negative or positive, we know it was a good show.
Yes,
I think that's the standard now. When we're reviewing a show, whatever happened, which means it was just
it was just
a roundup.
That is very true.
I'm looking forward to the next roast.
I mean, on that one, I think you're going to please don't come for me. May I drink to this one? Please don't come for me on the roast. I was there.
Oh,
I was very there.
Oh,
I was very much there. I am not sure I'm looking forward to the next roast.
Jesus Christ, our Lord.
You understand? I am not hating on anyone. Please don't come guns blazing on me.
They will come blazing. Why do you want to stop him?
No.
Come for her.
No.
Come. Kill this one.
We are tired. We are tired, guys. You understand? We are tired. No, we are tired.
What happened?
We are creatives. We understand izinto esizifunayo for the event to happen. We know the people that we need to involve for the event to happen. I am not selling any brand. I am not selling anyone, but I'm just saying, guys, that sound was gag.
Okay, we're there. Dropped another dish, roasted to the sound.
Yes.
And it is not. I honestly, no. That sound. I don't know what was happening. It was just more than a technical. For me, it was more than a technical glitch. Yeah, I know you guys are going to attack me. It's fine. I'm here. I am ready. I don't know if I'm ready though, but we just had to say.
Also, for you, the roast was okay, but the sound was bad.
The sound was bad. One, two. I feel like the jokes they were just no. We know these jokes. We know these jokes.
The one
Give
I told
me
you
something.
About. Short height.
Give me something. And
Cut.
I remember unoviyosiko wazo wathi kantabe sound libathetenga.
Oh, Kwapana on set?
On set. So if you want to attack me, please.
They're coming for you, girl.
As a blifter. And the Mara, I just had to say it.
Yeah.
And
then the attendance.
And then the attendance as well. When I look at the attendance, I think, no, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to comment on that. I'm not commenting on that one. This is the roundup. Let's leave that one as as it were. Guys, it's getting hot up in here. I'm not sure. I think I'm getting too comfortable on this chair. Shout out to Kuda Culture Meg and shout out to Sipome Sensinyati who's helping me here. I'm not a full anchor without people that are giving me leverage to deliver. We are Dep3 Events at TV. You find us on YouTube. Don't forget to like our YouTube page. You click on the notification button so that you get updates for these and other things that we do as a Dep3 Events. And the name of the show is called The Roundup. And again, I just got a mental reminder that in all these events that we've talked about, that we've aforementioned, you should know that Dep3 Events was involved. We are involved in the what? How best do we say it? Hey, Slung,
like which one?
Slung just went.
Slung
just lumbered me. But my point is that we're also I remember maybe if you can just break it down for clarity's sake, because hey, siyazazi. MJ sings we were there. That was Dep3 Events rendering
sound system services.
Sound system services as well and more, as well as Mrs. K's launch. We really rendered a whole lot of amazing services there as a brand. Be that as it may. Kuda, do you think is there anything, Kuda Sipo, that I might have left out on the events segment?
The Kasi to Kasito.
Yeah, of course. Amazing. Yes, that is our interview. Hey, my captain would have come, guns blazing on me. How could you? But we as Dep3 Events, we have an ongoing movement that is dubbed House Kwaito Movement, where we have a lot of brands as Kasayo, and you're one of the brands that are there. And we had we had the movement, and then we're at the tour, we're at the movement, the launch of the movement at Bulawayo Art Gallery, as well as the tour that we started on Culture Park, Kasila Makasi. So, my guys, I need us to get into that. And remember, because this is aired out on Deb3 TV, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't get criticism on the
Kill them all,
preparations and
like I
everything.
said.
Because we also want to be better. We also want to deliver better as a brand. So, Culture Mag, your views, your honest views, your honest opinion, your perspective with regards to the launch. Let's start with the launch.
I launch ibimnani, you know. I think the biggest letdown ngabanye nje angisoze ngibaqambe ngamabizo, but you know, our creatives or our musicians, some of them need to really understand ukuthi some of these things are done freely, of course, ukuthi awubhadalwanga as an artist, but we are trying to then build a platform where we'll come to perform. So lawe as a creative, know ukuthi you are going to sell yourself. You don't know who is in the audience and what that person is going to think of you. So leyo kuvela uphunyuko uthe last number yeshoti.
Yeah.
Lama patapata.
I think we need to hold that. Let's just, because they
no, I'm just breaking down.
Yeah.
We then need to up our game.
All right. When we're involved
go
movement.
Branding, yes.
Right.
So maybe I think it's also a part where maybe captain la uzafanele njani next time nxa sisiye gas ekhulume futhi lama artist ukuthi ama gents, let's try our level best. Like the first edition lapana, I loved how Unovuyo came up. That was perfect. You know, it's good. You know, figure lawe njani even umzistos, how he presented the whole thing. You know, it was good. So we need to ukuthi ngaze ishow kumbe kungathiwa akula mali. We're trying to build something. Let's make things happen. But this is a good movement. Now talking about the movement, it's a good movement. We need to continue. I know because in this card we might get to a level where we say there is nothing we are getting in return. Yeah, we ngama loss. Yeah, having a loss, but don't lose hope. Because I think because this card we do things, then we get to a limit, we just stop. Because my returns, we feel frustrated. So the best way is to then keep going, despite the frustration. But for us to keep going, we also need the people that we are working with to understand what we are doing. You question to my first point, my first reference. Even when it comes to presenting yourself, you are here for business. You are here for war.
I think that's the aspect of professionalizing
your
work.
So we're also going to then maybe our add-on issue here when some of these shows are happening. Are the artists themselves talking about the places that they are going to be performing?
Yeah.
So also on that aspect where we are pushing the gazettos, we need everyone to be on deck, everyone to be playing a part.
Absolutely.
Are the artists talking about it to their 10 followers or 100 followers or 1 million followers? Are you telling them that you are going to be performing here next? So we have a long way to go to make sure that this movement gives the results that we all want. We need then maybe to say 10 years from now, we are saying those artists were groomed via the House Kwaito movement. You know, like when we sit down now and look at the era urban grooves, we have so many names that we can identify with that were
household names by then.
That were groomed from that vibrancy of how urban grove artists came together and did whatever. So we need that, but we won't reach it if also our artists are not willing to be key players. Ngiyakwazi sonke sifuna imali. Vele mina ungangivusa umbuzo ukuthi awufa. Let me say ngihle ngithi awufa ngoba I need money. But we know ukuthi you have faced challenges because artists have always complained that they are not getting places to perform, stages, whatever. So kukhona.
Yeah.
What are you doing then?
Are you putting
your own foot in, or you are just because looking kwezinye isikhathi like recently we are doing the other Kasi tour.
Yes.
You know abanye we are late, you know. It shows lack of commitment. So besides talking about the movement being good, we also now need everyone to be involved like 100%.
Yeah.
You know, we cannot have artists coming in late ukuthi ulongabantwana so kubaleke endlini kumbe isikhathi bani kwabuya kwathi sokubona izpeaker sokugcwele vele sokufuna ukuzobukela but umuntu abazombukela uzithutshela ngo4 vele ka spy, you know. Some are not even pitching up, you know. So it's not like we know it's a free movement. We are not paying you as an artist, but if you have committed to something, show up.
Absolutely. I think that's a great takeaway point. Sipo, briefly, what is your perspective and your opinion with regards to the Kwaito House movement? Because just a brief, in brief.
No, personally, I'm enjoying the expressions. Like, yes, I know that artists come late, artists do 3/4. But what I just want to say is the platform that is being created by the House Kwaito movement. It's very unique. I think it's the first of its kind again when I'm there. And it's actually giving artists that whole experience to come to our grassroots audiences.
Yeah.
When I'm there to say, all right, you guys, let's create something national, but we make it local, and in a way. So I mean, I pretty much appreciate the House Kwaito movement to what it's doing to artists, and everyone who has means to spread the voice here, House Kwaito movement. I just want to encourage them to use that, retweet, like, share. If you can,
absolutely.
Come 30 minutes, 1 hour, you watch a local artist perform.
You get an up close and personal feel. Well, be that as it may, let's bear in mind and not forget that the Kwaito House movement is a production brought to you by DEP3 Events, the masters and sound and every other thing with regards to media. And well, we still on that, we'll just I think it would be wise for me to give a big shout out to the brands, as Kasaya, to the brands that are working hand in hand with us to make the movement a success. Shout out to Culture Mag, shout out to Sky's Metro FM, shout out to Pure Events Solutions, as well as Sipo. Am I leaving any other brand that is working with us?
Wasu Enterprises, who do retailing and wholesale.
Yes.
So they just became a partner for the House Kwaito movement, and we loving it very much. We loving it very much.
So shout out to you guys, and thank you very much for Kasa Onga. It's amazing. It's really amazing. And another exciting event that was brought to you by DEP3 Events, which was a DEP3 Events production, Impi Yobukabazi, which was a show that was celebrating the musical geniuses in the Imbube, the genre Imbube. We had various Imbube groups that came in together and made the show a very beautiful one. And we also had an amazing, beautiful queen of Bulawayo, Africa, who was the MC of the show. I'll say, Mami, you were looking fire. Your outfit was great. But that being said, let's get deep into the show. Sipo, how did you find it? Do you feel like DEP3 Events, as well as the artists that came through, they did a hella splendid job, or they had some hiccups here and there that need to be screwed on?
For me, it was a great show. Great and very rare. especially in our time, in such a time, and looking at the way abantu abakhangelela ngayo imbube isicathamia, it's just some other genre, but then when you watched the Impi Obukabas, people came in great numbers. One, they came in great numbers. Two, they came in great numbers. It's a family friendly.
It was a family friendly
show. And the guys, Amakaka, Krestas, Ichomos, and Sunduza, and Abantwana Bensindiso, Nazareth, you realize what there is really a culture here too, like what I mentioned earlier, a culture here too always sells. Nothing gets to beat the culture presentation. So when with the Impi Yobukabazi, you realize what people want more of local, and not only local original, authentic. Yes, ungavela present ungathi wona ufuna strong for ukutshintsha abantu from their culture and everything, and people will appreciate you. People will appreciate you, but where is support also ifuna khona matters the most, people babuye them off. But ungakhangela ndoda the genres anjengabombube yananzelela isicathamile, people come in full force.
Yeah, also one thing about Imbobe, labo sicathamile, is they also sell like Europe, people love to have that Zimbabwean product.
Exactly.
You then go back to groups like Black Umfolosi or Insingizi, how they have toured the world because of Imbobe. Also, groups like Indosagos, they are also doing well regionally. They will perform in other African countries.
Absolutely.
People love Ababe would take a bit. This is a Zimbabwean sound or an original Bulawayo sound.
Yes.
He's interesting.
Yes, and there is no way Justin Bieber and Migos abangadlula ngayo ama local artist akubulawayo ngokuhlabela imbobe. Yabona the power of it. But kunzima ukuthi udlule iMigos ngokuhlabela iscript.
For a moment right there, I got stunned.
Ombube labo sicathamia.
Bakwenzani?
Mawungahlabela imbube lesicathamia number 1 into.
Wakwenzani oskriskri?
No, I'm just giving you you to skriskri nje uthi nyabazoyela. Ayisikuthi ngizakuba alethi ukuthi bagents igame la.
But la igame ikhona pha.
Kuskriskri. Kuda ungakhulumi ngathi wena into lezawozazi. Igame ayikho lapha. Igame lapha na uzathi those shows what you realize ngama shows abo skriskri labo bani. Kuyabe kuyimi lawe ngama artists.
I think the subject of skri has been officially terminated by yours truly.
But
I have terminated it.
But Mercy, check this out. Kumbube lesicathamia, the whole family baba bayebethi. Izimu. Abantu bephumela, yabona abantu labana bathi thina sikhamba amashow ebusuku. Kumbube lesicathamia ndoda babe khona kwaphana behlezi, arrangement and everything is proper. The nice thing about imbube lesicathamia, they are actually fusing ama trends lawa khona kathesi bekufaka into what? Into imbube. And abadala babe bekholisa because music leyana bayikhumbula ndoda besesebancane. Yananzelela labantwana abancane they somehow like that music.
Mina Patora into engingayitsho ukuthi siclose indaba yeskriskri.
Yeah.
Khanya wena into leyo skriskri ngane yaku
personal.
But uyabona mina manje into engifuna ukuyenza personal ngifuna usidinga skriskri yo1 apply. Yabo ngimfake lapha. Yabo mbizeni insingeze lapha. Beshay collaboration uzabona umrathabo lo yaphuma khona.
This, I think, Kuda has just given you a drag. Kuda has given you a buzzer and a very valid reason on why you should go on our comment section and comment there. Do you think Insingezi Labo Skri could actually make a good collab? Let's keep the conversations going. When we come back with our second episode, we're going to be talking about this and other comments that you would have dropped. So don't hesitate. We are comment a session here to get lapana. So moving on. moving on with the program, and maybe just a buzzer reminder, we said this is the Roundup, a production that is brought to you by Deb3 Events TV, and it airs on Deb3 Events TV on YouTube, where you get to click on the notification button so that you get these and other notifications of the works that we are doing as Deb3 Events, as well as don't forget to like and share. Utshele a friend to tell a friend ukuthi no, there is a crispy show that's happening You're going to Ziyathunqa, that is keeping you updated with what has been happening around the city as well as across our borders. But we are not only doing updates, only we're getting into it deep, analyzing, criticizing, and giving it that vuvu. So now we are getting into one of my favorite segments. I mean, Martin, introvert, extrovert.
Ingaba njani wena?
Intro lebani.
The extra.
Hey,
Intro the
again on the comment section here Roundup bagithi lisize ngesingisi ama-data bundles esingisa ngathi asethe. But my point is, the way I love controversy, I am the opposite of that, because I tend to be a quiet person, but I love controversy. So this is the segment that we're getting into. It's fired up, it's epic. We're going to be talking about all things controversial. And I want us to get into this segment in a very controversial way. Culture Meg, you've got something, my brother, that you need to play for me as well as our audience. I have all the time. I can be talking everything. Deb3 Events, and I've been your anchor. I'm still your anchor. Umelse Zita, Melissa, Tintuleni, Umtakangwenya, Umansinda Mans, Umamkwena, Ischela, Asabakwena. Of course, with me in the studio, I have Osipo Mesent Anyati, one of the familiar faces here at Deb3 Events, and also in our social spaces and entertainment spaces is Kuda Kwashe Kuda, who is running up with the Brilliant Culture Meg. We have him here with us in the studio. And shout out to the Deb3 Events production team.
Ngesikhathi uzocela imali ulambile wawungambizi beach uhlala umanka utshwala bukafofu lo ubhikho wakho nalo usasilani Red Cafe umanka utshwala bukafofu lihambe lethengelwe iblack label liphiwe $10 libe lifake esikhwameni lithi asinathe leyo singaqeda siyecelenge imali. That's how broke you are. That's how broke you are. Ukhuluma ukuraise ama babies. Bro, I have a house, even though it's a 2-roomed house. Awulani wena usaloja. Uliloja. Not saying ukuthi kuyi-problem ngoba liloja, but don't ever call me a bitch. Ever. Ngizakudinga kusasa ku-floor first and ngizosetha something straight. Nxa ungandinga bhuda uzanthola. Uyisimankani udla imali yama-rapper wena lapho khona. Udla imali yama-rapper. Udla imali yama-rapper Tony. As I'm so pissed ngento leyo ukuthi you can tell me ukuthi mina I'm selling my body. Ngizakusendela ama screenshots la egroupini. Yezo, I've never slept with any producer, anyone for bars. Anyone. If I have asked somebody to write me a song, that person yabe mbhalele one land wathi Lizzy, I've wrote a song. Ngicela wena uyihlabele. So don't ever lo bhikho wakho lithi nxa selihlabana izivuni xa sokukhuluma idoda ngami. Don't try me. Don't fucking try me. Nxa lifuna ngilichaye ngizalichaya or ngilichayise ngiqede ngiyebotha. Don't try me. If you want a target on your back, try me. Ngukhuzile last week ngathi ungakhulumi ngami kushow yakho. I heard you talking shit ku radio ngazithulela. Benisuthi ukhulile but awukhulanga. And asoze ngisebenzise amazwi anjani because laba abantu embahloniphayo la. But ungabona ngani wena selengihamba likhuma idoti ngabo lifuna ukuvalwa hip hop capital beni. Hip hop capital nxa lingakwazi abantu abala yavulela ukuthi iphushe ama agendas abotoni, ama artists abo. Yavulela ukuthi iphushe uASF. Iphushe ama artists under bona laba bango admin. Into
Kato my sister lo uploma ngwanga mba.
No, Lizzie Taylor.
Uyenza nini?
Ngumrap.
All right, guys.
So uhambe njani? Why be super emotional?
No, my question is, hey, my question is, I want us to, guys, no, I'm not taking sides. Iside Gathon, Ega Biko, Ega Lizzie. No, I'm not taking sides, but my question is, ngizaqala ngawe ngoba ngapha zingahle zifirine khathesi so Andreas sokuqalisa so mina Kuda, I want to start with you. Where is the ounce of decency ku hip hop field kumbe ngithi ku hip hop cubicle? Is there an ounce of decency now if they are doing this? What is this? Your opinion, your very, very much strong opinion, City Fix the Nation.
We're not fixing anything because this is the culture. Yabo, masesukutshela thina labo skri siphomese. This is the culture.
Shooting car. Into zakutshela ukuthi ungavela umthethise nyaka. But umestelo why bengamtrainer wala speak. Kuhamele kuhamba njani? Akumele kuthwe.
No, but it's the culture hip hop. I think also.
Kwakutshuniwe kwakumethi it was dramatic.
No, it was not dramatic. Kulo kwakusenzakala, which is it's okay. But I think
let's break it down. My sister don't understand why.
No, but it's a culture hip hop. These are some of the things. This is one thing that people have saying they want to see when it comes to our artists. A bit of controversy.
Okay.
But me personally, I don't like controversy. Abantu bethu abaxoleli, like if you go controversial, they don't forget. So I don't want to be known as the controversial Kuda for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Because people don't forget, they'll be taking you on that whole controversial thing
forever.
But with hip hop, that's the culture.
All right.
You cannot then expect such kind of behavior from someone who does gospel or any other chilled or jazz. But local hip hop vele liyakuthola. So that's why we are even having a person like Big Zulu going on dissing others. Killer Mo also tried it on others.
Other
We have seen it. Even the late Kelvin once did it. POY. It was Butcher the Butcher. It was an interesting period. So I think go hip hop, like culture rap, it's normal. So
to have this back and
yes. So tinokwethu yikulalelo yabona sihleke masihleke and watch. So long uzokuchaywane kumbe kunyazwa.
But there's some point I don't know what ngibani wathela uSF ngotshwala. So
the booze.
My sister no vele ukuba trainer bonke. What's happening?
Ufuna benze hip hop.
Like let's do it.
I mean like I'm not I like the way I like the way ASF handled it. I think he just ignored it.
Yeah.
Just let small things be small.
But then, at the end of the day,
just let low. But then now, in this beef, then what's the end result, especially in Upper Gate? Well,
I think that's where I want us to get into. Well. From the Roundup team and everyone in between. Shout out to Thorn, shout out to Biko, shout out to Lizzie Taylor. We love you guys. You're amazing acts. Keep the creative work going. Sinithanda ninjalo ne controversy and you keep the industry alive. Like there's always a place. But my question to you guys is, when we're comparing these beef sessions that are looming up as compared to South Africa, do you think they bring any impact to the artist, to the fans, to the entertainment industry?
Unfortunately, with the Zimbabwean setup, let me bring it back home. With the Blair setup, these beefs have no result. Uyenza sizondane west in the sense yokuthi if now I'm going to drop bars about Usipo, which means already these are things that I think about Usipho. So vele mina lawe ukuthi sisebenze sonke, it's not going to work. Unlike the South African market. The South African market, like after the whole Big Zulu thing, we saw a picture of KO, Big Zulu, and Questa together. So Tina, it then lesses that productivity because ngiyabe sengubona vele ukuthi also wena vele kahle kahle into leyo icabanga ngami. Yabo even okunye bekungani ijoke, it tends to be serious.
All right.
We are not at that level. Yes. Unless if it's created beef. Let's create this. That one works. But Leo Gucci Kilamo just comes in and then throws bars. It's not going to work that way because Omunya says okay, so Chamba Kilamo, they don't like me. So in our market,
it's not working.
It's not working.
Yeah, but because I'm thinking, my sister, the way she's talking, I'm born with the planning and there's anything. I think it's too personal. Because I don't know what happened before. But she's speaking from her heart. So I think maybe you come to a point to realize what maybe my sister know that with whoever that she's in a fight with, and I think our industry, like you're saying, needs people to come together. We work this and create an audience out because if now it's an audience that follows us and then we sell that audience.
So that's amazing.
So,
and
maybe we might need beef. We might not need beef. Right. I think in Pagat Lami as a person, I'm not sure if we really need to go that route or we need to.
Yeah, I think with the culture of hip hop, looking at American culture, American hip hop culture, beef people die.
I love me some drama. So
so with the culture of hip hop, very culture hip hop beef. But because some people have actually said no, there's money, not beef. Tupac and Biggie, whoever, 50 cents there was beef. Pendugibe mali. You understand? Lapha beef anje bonti banjani. Inyama to nyama.
Hey, I'm not sure about
beef today. Beef today kumele ilungiswe kahle kahle sibili ibalance and people I think with like you said, we're not yet there. We need to come together as an artist.
Yeah, because also when we do beef, like if this week is in a creative beef, next week you are supposed to drop something or I drop something.
Exactly.
Into ezayenza abantu be sihlale semlonyeni yabantu. Yabo usesenza beef then
that's
album yabo or video yabo i-video ayikho i-video yomswahla proper video
manje nje umuntu le beef le
manje le ayethula want ngama beef
lapha selizonda
aphelele
amehlo yabona umuntu ethutshe le Ezimnyama kuzokuba beef njalo ukuthi vele kuhle kusabisa umuntu ongona mayivele ethutshe uyangena kuhle kube ugly uyananzelela. So I think whatever the issue that they had, these guys, they have to come together, sort it out. We build an industry. The thing about an industry, it pays.
So if beef esifunayo next time, beef ebhadalayo. Kethi ubona beef siyasibona uLizzy drop an album.
Yabo. I think the gentleman cannot. I wouldn't have said it any better. I wouldn't have said it any better. I'm enough. I'm enough. But that being said, be that as it may, this was a very vibrant and fired up last segment of the show. Gentlemen, before we wrap it up, is there any add-ons that you'd love to just drop briefly? Maybe 2 points from you and 2 points from you, just to sum up the whole all the segments that we did today and all the topics that we talked about today. Just a brief.
I just want to maybe looking at our artists. Maybe I think we should work on finding what the market wants to listen to.
Absolutely.
Uyananzelela kumele asingenene ebantwini sizwe ukuthi abantu what is it that the people want to listen to, and also we should not singazivalele egabheni. We should continue to express ourselves the way we feel. I think those are my tools.
Okay.
Mina engakutsho ukuthi let's keep on doing the things, you know, singesabi lutho, and also let's not limit ourselves. Asiphelele la. We have the whole world to conquer and do the things, you know. So whether you know that you can do art for a global audience. The world is actually waiting for our works. So I see
No beef anymore.
Valid points from the panelists that I had with me today in the studio. That I had Sipo, Mesent Nyati, as well as Kuda Kwashi. Kuda Kwashi. They say that correct, right? Kuda Kwashi, a culture. Meg, it has been a distinct pleasure, gentlemen, to have you in the studio with me to help me unpack all these amazing, ecstatic topics as well. So as we wrap up, let's not forget to go on the YouTube page, to comment, to share, to like, to subscribe as well to the channel. And again, the topics that we talked about today, let's keep those stories going in our social so that when we come back, we can do as well a review on your perspectives as well. But be that as it may, I have been your anchor, the one who brings it like it has never been brought before. My name is Melissa Tindulini, but you can call me Melcy Zita. Adios.
Oh,
Franco.